Yeah, hey there, folks. Uh, wow. Last 24 hours have been, or 48 hours, I should say, have been an interesting test and a challenge. Um, Having had some very uncomfortable breathing, which turned out to be some pleurisy, that turned out to be from the blood clots that were found in my lungs via the CT that they put me in because I went to the emergency room early. That would be Monday morning. Today is Wednesday morning. Uh, yeah, it's kind of sobering to have a life threatening event when all you're really focusing on is trying to get your shoulder better, right? After rotator cuff surgery. So, yeah, adjusting to a new life that is now on blood thinners, which will haven't necessarily shown any adverse side effects, yet. Whole pile of footwear I'm waiting to fall as far as the other shoe dropping on that note is concerned. But other than that, um, breathing is, good. I won't say it's fine because it's not quite fine. So the weird thing is, normally you don't. This is a risk. This is a risk that they talk about in your pre-surgery and all that. But it's really quite unexpected. In my case, I would say that I'm a pretty active guy, except for when they lay me up for 2 weeks for resting from my shoulder. But we can't really figure out what why the blood clots happened because I walked, according to Mr. Fitbit, anywhere between 5,000 and 10,000 steps a day. I was doing my little arm exercises with hanging straight down and doing not that that's exercise, that's mostly for the tendons and all that. But yeah, it's kind of inexplicable how this happened. So um, you know, the road of life, I just got handed a little detour, and I'm personally praying for no more interesting detours and just to be able to continue focusing on recovery of the rotator cuff surgery. There was a one plus. Today is Wednesday, and I was supposed to go to the clinic that's across Bothell Highway from me to have the surgical assistant do my 2 week post surgery review. And fortunately, she was working at the surgical center, which was on the same campus as the main hospital I was in. So she just wandered over just before I was getting ready to leave, and she eventually took yeah, all my bandages, the big gauze stuff, and she put a few steri strips in spots where they still needed to be covered. But that obviated the need for my appointment today, so I get to just chill out today and rest and recover for in preparation for tomorrow's first physical therapy appointment. So I'm hoping that this is the last day of this detour where I have to talk about the blood thinners and clots and stuff in my lungs and blah, blah, blah. And we can go back to talking about rotator cuff repair surgery, post surgical recovery. Um, Super thanks to all the people we saw. The ER doc, um, he nailed it. I mean, he listened to my story and he landed right on the possibility of blood clots as the reason for why it was causing me to have a great deal of trouble breathing, kind of like that, and without pain. Um, I could get a deep breath, but it hurt like hell. Not a lot of fun. And they finally got me into the CT, 5 minutes of CT with contrast, and they looked at that and said, "Oh, I hope you got blood clots, man." So then they started me on the blood thinners, observed me overnight, got some. Hey, I don't know about you guys, but the food was really tasty. Um, so I had dinner last night, or the night before, and I had breakfast yesterday morning. Okay, so I'm hoping to literally, physically turn the page and move on to the next thing. This is kind of a long one compared to my other video shorts, or trying to be very short, but wanted to give you a little bit more information. Every case is absolutely individual. Duh, we're all very different. So therefore, I would not expect this to be something that happens very frequently. We still have no idea really why it happened. To share a little bit too much information, I had a hernia repair surgery 10-ish years ago, and I was literally sedentary, completely bedridden for 6 weeks. In volleyball, we used to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be 6. Okay. Anyway, and no blood clots. So here I am, by comparison, super busy, active. I get blood clots. Okay. For those who have lasted this long, thank you so much for paying attention. The people on YouTube, the people on Facebook who have responded, I greatly appreciate your responses and your concerns. And Brenda and I are very much looking forward to having a very productive year. All I got to do is get through this part. Take care, guys.